A fighter's spirit is tested not in victory, but in the moments after a devastating defeat. Today, you'll improve your English by learning about a true story of resilience. Hello and welcome. This is an English story for intermediate learners. I will speak in slow and clear English so you can understand everything. Today's story is about the incredible journey of MMA fighter Troy Lamson. It's a powerful tale about overcoming adversity and fighting for redemption. You will learn new vocabulary and practice your listening skills. Here is how our lesson will work. First, you will listen to the full story in English. Then, we will review the story with English and Spanish text together. After that, we will study key vocabulary and a useful expression. Finally, we'll finish with some questions to check your understanding. Let's begin. In the world of mixed martial arts, some stories are written not just with victories, but with resilience. This is the story of Troy Lamson, a fighter whose journey was defined by his incredible ability to overcome adversity. From a young age, Troy showed the heart of a champion, but he had no idea how much that heart would be tested. Troy's foundation was built on the wrestling mats of Michigan State University. As an NCAA Division I wrestler, he learned the meaning of discipline, hard work, and mental toughness. Wrestling is a grueling sport that demands everything from you, and it forged Troy into a formidable competitor. This strong base would be crucial for his future in MMA. After a successful wrestling career, Troy transitioned to MMA. He was winning, showing immense promise. But then, disaster struck. During a fight, a kick went wrong, and Troy suffered a catastrophic leg injury. The sound of the break echoed in the arena. His leg was shattered, and so were his dreams. Doctors told him he might never fight again. It was the lowest point of his life. For most people, this would be the end. But Troy was not most people. The road to recovery was long and agonizing. It was filled with surgeries, physical therapy, and immense mental challenges. He had to learn to walk again before he could even think about fighting. Every day was a battle against pain and doubt. This was the unseen grind, the fight outside the cage that no one sees. Slowly but surely, Troy rebuilt himself. He returned to the gym, not as a broken fighter, but as a man with a renewed purpose. He was more focused, more determined than ever. He sharpened his skills, adding powerful striking to his elite wrestling. He fought in smaller promotions, building a winning streak and proving to himself and the world that he was back. His incredible comeback earned him a spot in the Professional Fighters League, or PFL. This was his chance to compete on a global stage. He entered the PFL Challenger Series and won, securing a place in the $1 million season. Troy Lamson had done the impossible. He had returned from a career-ending injury to the big leagues. However, the journey was not a simple fairy tale. The PFL season presented new challenges and tougher opponents. Troy faced a heartbreaking loss, a setback that tested his spirit once again. In the cage, after the fight, you could see the disappointment on his face. But it was different this time. It wasn't the look of a broken man, but of a warrior who knew he had more to give. Troy Lamson's journey is not over. His path to redemption continues. He has shown the world that true strength is not about never falling, but about getting up every single time you are knocked down. His story is a powerful reminder that with resilience and an unbreakable spirit, you can overcome any obstacle, both inside the cage and in life. In the world of mixed martial arts, some stories are written not just with victories, but with resilience. This is the story of Troy Lamson, a fighter whose journey was defined by his incredible ability to overcome adversity.
En el mundo de las artes marciales mixtas, algunas historias no se escriben solo con victorias, sino con resiliencia. Esta es la historia de Troy Lamson, un luchador cuyo viaje fue definido por su increíble habilidad para superar la adversidad.
Troy's foundation was built on the wrestling mats of Michigan State University. He learned the meaning of discipline, hard work, and mental toughness.
La base de Troy se construyó en los tatamis de lucha de la Universidad Estatal de Michigan.
Aprendió el significado de la disciplina, el trabajo duro y la fortaleza mental. During a fight, Troy suffered a catastrophic leg injury. Doctors told him he might never fight again. It was the lowest point of his life. Durante una pelea, Troy sufrió una catastrófica lesión en la pierna. Los médicos le dijeron que quizás nunca volvería a pelear. Fue el punto más bajo de su vida. The road to recovery was long and agonizing. Every day was a battle against pain and doubt. El camino hacia la recuperación fue largo y agonizante. Cada día era una batalla contra el dolor y la duda. Slowly but surely, Troy rebuilt himself. He was more focused, more determined than ever. Lenta pero seguramente, Troy se reconstruyó a sí mismo. Estaba más centrado, más determinado que nunca. His incredible comeback earned him a spot in the Professional Fighters League, PFL. He had returned from a career-ending injury to the big leagues. Su increíble regreso le valió un lugar en la Professional Fighters League, PFL. Había regresado de una lesión que puso fin a su carrera a las grandes ligas. Troy faced a heartbreaking loss, a setback that tested his spirit once again. But it was different this time. Troy se enfrentó a una derrota descorazonadora, un revés que puso a prueba su espíritu una vez más. Pero esta vez fue diferente. True strength is not about never falling, but about getting up every single time you are knocked down. La verdadera fortaleza no consiste en no caer nunca, sino en levantarse cada vez que te derriban. Great job. Now let's learn some key vocabulary from the story. Our first word is adversity. Adversity means difficulties or misfortune. For example, Troy's journey shows how to overcome adversity. Next, resilience. Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, toughness. For example, the fighter showed incredible resilience by returning from his injury. Finally, redemption. Redemption is the action of saving or being saved from sin, error, or evil. In a sports context, it means a comeback from a bad situation. For example, after his loss, he is now on a path to redemption. Now for our useful expression of the day. The expression is, to get knocked down. This is a very common phrase. It can be literal, like in a fight. For example, the boxer got knocked down in the first round. But it is often used figuratively, to mean experiencing a failure or setback. For example, in a figurative sense, you could say, she got knocked down when she didn't get the job, but she didn't give up. In our story, we said true strength is about getting up every single time you are knocked down. This means recovering from every failure. Excellent. Now, let's check your understanding. I will ask a question, pause for a moment, and then give the answer. Question 1. What sport did Troy Lamson practice at university that gave him a strong foundation for MMA? Answer. He was an NCAA Division I wrestler at Michigan State University. Question 2. What major adversity did Troy face early in his MMA career? Answer. He suffered a catastrophic leg injury that doctors thought might end his career. Question 3. After his recovery, which major MMA organization did Troy Lamson join? Answer. He joined the Professional Fighters League, the PFL. Question. What sport did Troy Lamson practice at university? Pregunta. ¿Qué deporte practicaba Troy Lamson en la universidad? Answer. He was an NCAA Division I wrestler. Respuesta. Era un luchador de la División I de la NCAA. Question. What major adversity did Troy face? Pregunta. ¿Qué gran adversidad enfrentó Troy? Answer. He suffered a catastrophic leg injury. Respuesta. Sufrió una catastrófica lesión en la pierna. Question. Which major MMA organization did he join? Pregunta. ¿A qué gran organización de MMA se unió? Answer. He joined the Professional Fighters League, PFL. Respuesta. say Unio a la Professional Fighters League, PFL. You have done an amazing job today. If you enjoyed this story and learned something new, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And for more stories to help you improve your English, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. We have new stories for you every week. Now, a question for you. What part of Troy's story inspires you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story.